Making a huge, high-stakes decision, the kind that can make or break a career or even a company's entire future, well, it's gotta be one of the loneliest jobs in the world. But what if it didn't have to be? What if you could actually test fly those massive decisions before they ever get off the ground? Let's talk about a new way to get ready for the biggest calls you'll ever have to make. Okay, so to really get where we're going, we need to take a quick look at where we've been. You see, the old school way of getting career advice is kind of breaking down, and honestly, it's for a very good reason. So, why is this strategy so outdated? Well, think about it. In a world where companies are constantly restructuring and downsizing, that rising manager you've hitched your wagon to is just as vulnerable as you are. Relying on a single person for your whole career, that's a dangerously high risk bet. So, what's the fix? Well, instead of just one single mentor, the modern playbook says you should assemble a personal board of directors. This is your own private brain trust, a really diverse group of people you can go to for regular, honest feedback and advice. And this slide really nails the perfect mix for that board. Because you don't want an echo chamber, right? You absolutely need a critic who's going to give you the hard truth. You need a cheerleader for support when things get tough, a connector to open up new doors, an industry expert for that deep, specific knowledge, and yeah, maybe even a mentor from a totally different generation to give you a perspective you'd never think of. The whole key here is cognitive diversity. But here's the thing. While having a human board is a huge step up, it's not a perfect system. It comes with some very real and, let's face it, very human limitations. Just think about it for a second. Your board members, they're busy people. They've got their own lives, their own jobs, their own schedules. And inspiration, or let's be real, panic, doesn't always strike between 9 and 5. When you're burning the midnight oil on some critical decision, your human board is probably, and rightly so, fast asleep. And then you've got the judgment factor. This is a big one. What if your idea is so out there, so wild, that you're worried your board will think you've completely lost it? There's a real psychological hurdle there. Pitching a half-baked, radical idea to people you respect, well, it carries the risk of damaging your reputation or even a really important relationship. And finally, even when we try our best, our networks tend to be, well, full of people who think like us. It is incredibly hard to pull together a group that can truly challenge every single one of our assumptions and shine a light on all of our hidden blind spots. So these exact problems, we're talking availability, judgment, and blind spots, this is what a whole new category of tool is designed to solve. Let me introduce you to Stratis. Now, this is not just another AI assistant that's built to be fast. It's designed to be a disciplined mirror. It's a tool that reflects your own thinking back at you, but with structure and challenge. So the goal isn't to just spit out a quick answer, it's to force you to think more deeply and more coherently about the actual problem. This chart really lays out the difference perfectly. Standard AI, right, that's all about productivity, getting you quick answers and fast summaries. Stratis is playing a totally different game. It prioritizes that deep, coherent thinking, and this is absolutely crucial, it ensures total confidentiality. Your most sensitive, out there ideas are never, ever used for training. They stay completely 100% private. Okay, so let's connect the dots here. Stratis directly tackles all those limitations of a human-only board we just talked about. It gives you a confidential, totally judgment-free space that's available 24/7. It lets you instantly spin up a custom, diverse panel of AI advisors with exactly the expertise you need, and it's literally built to hunt for those dangerous blind spots in your strategy. So how does this actually work in the real world? Well, the best way to think about it is with a really powerful analogy. This right here is the key idea. A pilot would never, ever fly a new plane full of passengers without logging countless hours in a simulator. They crash hundreds of times, facing every possible storm, every emergency, all in a completely safe environment. So why should a leader making a huge business decision do any less? StratSims is that flight simulator for your strategies. The process itself is pretty straightforward. You define your decision, then you assemble a custom panel of AI advisors. Let's say a skeptical CFO, an innovative technologist, and a savvy global marketing expert. Then you stress test your ideas against their challenging perspectives, and they help you uncover weaknesses and blind spots. You can crash your strategy as many times as you need to, all in private, until you've hammered out an approach that's actually ready for the real world. Now, this next part is really, really important. The simulator doesn't replace the pilot, and this tool doesn't replace your human advisors. It's designed to make you and them better. The whole point of a flight simulator isn't to make pilots obsolete, right? It's to make them incredibly prepared. It's the exact same idea here. Stratis isn't trying to replace your personal board of directors. It's a prep tool. It's designed to augment your own thinking and to support the brainstorming you're eventually going to do with them. So the bottom line is this. By the time you walk into that real-world cockpit, the meeting with your board, your boss, your investors, you're not showing up with a rough draft. You're bringing a flight-tested plan. You've already navigated all the potential turbulence in private. That means the time you spend with your human advisors is focused, it's productive, and it's way, way more impactful. And that really brings us to the final question, the one I want to leave you with. In a world that's just getting more and more complex and risky, are you truly preparing for your most critical decisions? Are you walking into the cockpit just hoping for the best? Or have your strategies already been flight tested?